How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Kizzy will here. We are back with another electric scooter video. It's been a while because, yeah, a lot have been happening. But the new thing that have happened is that I am now a new dad, and kind of figuring out my way to navigating through this part of life, and also trying to make content and also be a responsible father. But today, I mainly want to talk to you guys about the Emove Roadster and also the Langfeite GT2 RS, because a lot of you have been asking me, Kizzy, which one should we get? Which one would you prefer? Now, I did have the opportunity to test ride the Emove Roadster at Voro Models. Shout out to Melvin. And also the Langfeite GT2. Shout out to the Rogue Scooters. And so I have probably the best experience regarding those two scooters as to which one people should get. And also, you guys already know that on my platform, I'm very honest, I'm very direct, and no matter what companies allows me to test out their scooter, review their scooters, I always keep it 100%. I don't try to sugarcoat anything, and we don't try to play games. I tell you guys exactly how it is. If you're trying to get the Emove Roadster, then one of the things that I really like about the Emove Roadster was the build quality and also the power delivery of the scooter, also the stability. So the Emove Roadster is more like a race car. I know that some people will like to get it just so they can go fast, but to me, I just think that the Emove Roadster is mainly like a track speed type of scooter. Now, when you compare it to something like the Langfeite GT2, the RX, that's a whole completely different scooter to me. Even though both scooters are 84 volts, and I think the GT2 RX might actually have more battery, because I think it's a 50 amp hour battery, and the Emove Roadster might be a 45 amp hour battery. I believe I'll double check that just to make sure. If the specs are wrong, of course I'll put the right one here. So you do get more battery with the GT2 RX, the Langfeite. Also, the GT2 RX have dual brakes. So there's brakes on both sides. Since we're talking about brakes, one of the things that I really liked about the Langfeite brake, it's such a really good brake. Like, it's so nice and soft. Because we're being transparent, I'm also going to tell you guys that the brakes for the Langfeite GT2 RX, there might be some issue with that brake. Not issue that you will be experiencing, issue in case of an impact. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean, because this happened to me when I was trying the Langfeite H1 Nighthawk from Rogue Scooters, and I think I also shared that with you guys. I like to be transparent. Some people will try to hide something like that, and not only did I make it known to Rogue Scooters, I also let you guys know about it. I also contacted the owner, I believe the CEO of Langfeite, and also make him aware of that, because I'm recommending this electric scooter to you guys. I don't want you guys to get it and then experience the issue, and then the manufacturer start telling you, well, send us a video, we can't believe that this happened, blah blah blah. I don't like that. I don't like, the manufacturer starts stressing out the customer, asking for this and this, like things like that could never happen on their product. I like manufacturers to be more on the resolution side. If it happens, what can we do to resolve it, and they resolve it for you. So that's why I contacted the owner for Langfeite, let him know about it, and let him know that I would like for them to resolve this issue, because I know a lot of you are definitely interested in that Langfeite GT2 RX, and you should be. It's a great scooter. It's a really amazing scooter that I think that you guys are going to like. It's pretty big. That's why you don't see it in here. You have my Dutron Thunder 3 and the GoTrax GX3 in here, because they are more lightweight scooter. If you do get that scooter, just know it's not something that you can easily pick up. The Dutron Thunder 3 is a powerhouse that you can also pick up. The GoTrax GX3 this scooter has a personality of its own to me. When I ride it off-road, it looks like a scooter that's not really capable of doing off-road, but it does it in a way that you don't expect. And of course, you guys already know about the mods that I added the lights in the front, and these things have switch on, so you can see the eyes that comes on and has its own emotions and all that stuff. That's because I believe that this thing has its own like personality and all that. But anyway, back to the Emove Roadster and the GT2 RS. Which one should you get? I think Langfeite is going to resolve that issue with the brakes, because it's just the lever. The lever is the issue that I'm worried that if you ever get into an impact, or if anything, that it might snap. When I talk to people at Rogue Scooters, they say that it might be because of bad molding, like the way that it was molded, because I think that thing was molded. It wasn't like some people use like aluminum, and some people use some type of different metal for the brakes, like the brakes that they use for the, what's his name, the Dutron. Not brakes. I never seen those break. More like they might bend, but they will not break. So as long as Langfeite resolves that scooter, if you put it next to the Emove Roadster, is huge. It's more compared to like the Weeped. And they also use Samsung batteries on the GT2 RS, and this is the same thing that Weepeds use. If you see that scooter in real life, you definitely might want the GT2 RS. And this is the biggest selling point of the GT2 RS over the Emove Roadster. The biggest selling point is the tires and the dual brakes on both sides of that GT2 RS. Tire size of that scooter makes it the best scooter to tackle anything, whether you're trying to do streets, whether you're trying to do off-road, whether you just get into some unforeseen situations. I think the GT2 RX will be a more scooter that you'll be confident that you can get away with things. I think it will be more forgiving if you're trying to do off-road. Like right now, I will highly doubt anybody will even have the idea in the back of their head to try to use the Emove Roadster to do off-road. You just don't do that. Like, it doesn't even make sense. The Emove Roadster is something that seems to be made for track and speed and like streets. The GT2 RX is an all-arounder to me. I think that if you put some slick tires on the GT2 RX, you can actually take it to the track and it will perform. It reminds me a little bit of the Dutron X Limited, but not as bulky. It's a little bit more compact. Not too compact, don't get it twisted, because that thing still weighs a lot, about 182 pounds. So it's heavy, but I think the Dutron Limited, X Limited, is about 200 pounds. For an all-rounder, like, you can take this thing anywhere, any place that you could possibly go to. Also, the folding mechanism on the GT2 RX, you can actually fold it down to throw it in the back, but the Emove Roadster, you will have to take off the bolts, which is one thing that I talked to Melvin about. I was telling him that, hey, I know you guys reason for this was to make sure that there's no play whatsoever in the stem of the Emove Roadster. But an electric scooter is supposed to be something that you can just get up and go. And if it needs to be folded, it will be easy to fold. It should be easy for anybody that wants to fold it. You don't have to sit there and try to take out all those bolts and then line them up back again, and doing that also multiple times, you can strip those bolts. So it's not, that's one thing that I wish that they actually changed on the Emove Roadster. On the GT2 RX, it has a folding, it doesn't fold like too much, but it folds enough for you to kind of throw it in the back of an SUV. And then when you want to bring it out, it's also easier for you to bring it out, put it, and the stem is solid. I don't feel any play with it. Also, it comes with a steering damper. I think I showed you guys that in the video, and the steering damper is also very solid. It's very strong. Emove Roadster, I believe, also comes with a steering damper, and like I said, the stem is also very solid, so I don't think there should be an issue on that. Final thoughts. If you are going to get the scooter, between these two scooters, if you're getting the scooters for just riding on the streets, you never plan to do any type of off-roading. And off-roading means that you might have to go on the grass or something. Maybe there's construction on the road and you have to take a different path that has like rocks and all those things. If you need to do that, the GT2 RS will be more capable. I also think that for people who are bigger, if you're like 300 pounds or more, I think you'll be more comfortable with the GT2 RS over the Emove Roadster. The Emove Roadster is for smaller guys, not too small, because you can still be about 200 and something pounds, and the Emove Roadster will pull you to 65 miles per hour like you're weightless. So it's a pretty powerful scooter. Also, the backing of Vero Motors. I know Vero Motors have been working on their customer service thing. I kind of have to keep those guys on their toes because sometimes it seems like they kind of try to fall back into this whole BSing with customers and stuff like that. And I like them, so I want them to succeed. So anytime I see that they might be doing stuff like that, I might have to check them. I need you guys to understand this about me. I'm not trying to be company's best friend, not in a kiss ass way. I'm trying to be your friend by making sure that your business doesn't go down the hill. I'm trying to be your friend by giving you the honest feedback. If customers are having issue with you guys' support, I'm gonna call you guys out on it to fix it, even if we're good. So that's just the way that I am. So far, Vero Motors have been working on that. Mini Motors USA is the top best customer service when it comes to anything. You guys should already know this. That's why I love those guys, Cooper, Price. Those guys over there, they're super cool at Mini Motors USA. They're always the role models for all these companies to look up to if they're trying to build their customer service. And any scooter company that's trying to come out and they're looking for retailers that they would like to partner with and work with, if you partner with Mini Motors USA and you actually have great products and you're able to support your product, you're gonna sell it because people trust those guys a lot. And most of the time you see Mini Motors USA will not work with just any retailer because they want to make sure that they're not going to get a bad rep from selling your product. If your products start going bad, they stop. That's how they are. The Emove Roadster is a really, really good scooter. I think that if you get it, depending on what you're planning on using it for, if it's just street, you can keep up with traffic easy and it's so well balanced. Even though the battery is on one side, it's also well balanced. I know a lot of people were saying that the battery is on one side, it's gonna be tipping. Nah, when you ride it, you'll understand. It's very balanced, it's very sturdy. It's more sturdy than the eMotion. The eMotion RX, the eMove is way more balanced. Even though it's more heavier, it rides way more smoother. It feels really, really good. And also the deck, that's carbon fiber, not really of a big deal. You don't slip as much as you think you'll slip unless you're riding in the rain, which you're not supposed to with that scooter. So yeah, in conclusion, I will also say check out both of the scooters. If you're someone that have always been interested in big scooter, these two are it right here. GT2 RS just looks like a whole different scooter. I just think that if you get the GT2 RS, you're probably not gonna want to buy any scooter for a very long time because it's like an all-rounder type of scooter. You could take it pretty much anywhere, like streets, off-road. I wouldn't suggest doing off-road all the time, but if it's very off-road capable compared to an Emove Roadster, which is more geared towards street and track, you get. So if you're planning to ride a scooter all the time, go to all type of places and stuff like that, don't think anything will restrict you on the GT2 RS. But the Emove Roadster will definitely give you a little bit of restrictions on places that you can go. So that's my own thing. If you guys still have questions on, okay, should I get this or should I get that? Or if you have more specific questions to ask about that scooter, the GT2 RS, you can of course comment down below. And also, like I said, I'm trying to make sure that they resolve that issue with the brake for the GT2 RS and all the Langfeite line. I've been in contact with their CEO to make sure that they resolve that, because I can't be over here talking about how great that scooter is and then there's that flaw that's there. Like I said, the brake feels really good. Like it feels like the Magura brake, which is what's on the Emove Roadster. They have the Magura MT5, I believe. The brake that's on the GT2 RS feels better than the Emove Roadster brakes, because I have the Magura MT Pro, the Pro 7 on my scooter, the Hollybon GX. But I'm telling you, that brakes on the GT2 RS, the Langfeite GT2 RS, feels really, really good. It's just that lever, I don't know. They need to get that fixed and taken care of. But that's it, man. Thank you guys who follow the platform. If you have questions, always feel free to ask. We are back in the studio. We're going to be in the studio for a while. But yeah, thank you guys who support the platform. I appreciate every one of you. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.